Why do we have to do this to these boys? You have failed to provide any resources for them. Because if you want my recommendation, I'll ask NSC, Minister for Justice, Police, all of them put together and create an institute. When you license them as a licensed cybersecurity personnel, they will never do the crime again. And when you begin to deploy them, if I take 20 and I deploy to First Bank pays them, they will never do it again. As far as I'm concerned, any school, anybody filling form to go study computer science is a waste of time. Computer science, IT is an art. You practice it like you learn handwork. So these boys, without you providing education, has learned these skills and they are practicing it. You have refused to acknowledge them. You have refused to implement them. You have refused to use them. So they are using themselves to be useful to themselves. Because they have refused to be useless and they want them to be useless. These are the realities of the matter. So as it relates to economic development, let us first start. If you go to every state, I will call on the sub-regional. Can we begin to create a private institute? Or even the national has refused. Create where we can have. These boys are good though. Do you know what it takes when you see them? See, it's because when you the problem is most people driving our government, they don't relate with the millennials. Neither could they understand the Gen Zs. The Gen Zs don't believe I need to wear suit to go to work. I need to sit at home and earn an income. And you have refused to accept it. The dynamics of employment, the dynamics of skills, and utilization of skills has changed. And we must understand it. It is not everybody that goes to 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 that is working. Some of them is just because the employment says you have to sit there. If you evaluate them, they actually did nothing for that time. But these boys stay awake till 2 a.m., stay awake till 3 a.m., tracking traffics of communication. Bros, you know, easy. Let's acknowledge this. It is the stupidity of our system. It is the stupidity of our government to have harvested and utilize it well. I have lived the life to have worked with this, and I work with the Gen Z. When I hire you, do you know what I tell you? When do you want to work? Some of them want to sleep till 10 and wake up and go and play and start working by 9 and work till 7 a.m. in the morning, and you say they are not working because they didn't back and go to one of these. So for the sake of economic development, we need to change the model of realities of employment. We need to change the model of realities of skills training. So my recommendation is we can comfortably create a system if the government is willing and ready. Because that system will work for us. I can set up a system where we'll track them, bring them in pros. Say you know how to hack every phone. Yes, no problem. UP, please begin to pay this guy $1 million every month. Let him be tracking every phone for us. And you begin to see the banks being protected. Because as you block one, they will change formats. The format is very dynamic. And once they get one format, they share it, and the boys will go and end. The format will work. Once that format is expired, another one is coming on. So it's dynamic.
Are you one of them?
No, speak for yourself. I'm a bit neutral. So, having lived this life, you know when I spoke up there, I told you, 22 years ago, I was licensed as an ethical hacker. We get paid. In Nigeria, there's no ethical hacker. So why? The system can do. Do you know what ethical hacker do? Because you're licensed, you can't perpetrate any crime. What you do is that you begin to check for holes in the system. And there's no system that you have created that I will track in 1 minute of 60 seconds. I will detect a hole that can enter and do damage and come out. Every system you set in cyber security network must always have a 13 seconds lap. That is how it's built. That 13 seconds lap is for maintenance. So it will take somebody to track it per second to be able to detect that 30-second lapse. Once he detects that barcode, he can enter and come out. Once he confirms it, he begins to deal with that. So if we have people, we have over 1 million Nigerians that have trained themselves on that, bros, we can hire them. That employment will help and there will be development. I don't want to dive deep into it, but the economic benefit is so large and we can tap into it.